Hi, it's Jim O'Brien. We are in the garage, out of the garage, driving the 2017 Cadillac XT5 Premium all-wheel drive crossover. It's new. Now, people talk about brand a lot, especially here in Detroit where we're filming this review right now. We think about brand, and we work at a radio station that is about to celebrate its 30th year playing classic rock. So the brand is classic rock. There's a passion for it. Makes sense, right? What is the brand Cadillac? It's not just the badge on the front of the car. God, I hope not. You think about the direction Cadillac's gone in the past couple of years, and you gotta like it. From the ATS and the CTS and then the V-Series, so much fun to drive those cars. And an Escalade. Is there anything cooler to drive than a Escalade? You just look cool driving an Escalade. And now you've got the CT6, which is just a stunning car from Cadillac. A lot of their design cues and the new technology that they're putting in their cars can be found there. But in my mind, right now, if you want to get an idea of Cadillac, this is it. It's a crossover. Everybody's got a crossover. I know that. It's such a hotly contested market. But this really is a Cadillac of crossovers. Price point, I'm going to tell you right up front, it's 60 grand. But you start looking at Audi Q5s and comparable Mercedes, which is who you're going to compare this to, you're going to hit the same price points. There's some cool things about the XT5 versus the STX from last year. What they've done differently. They have lengthened the wheelbase by 1 inch, they've widened it by 2 inches, but they've kept the vehicle length the same. And then they found more room inside the vehicle as well. It's spacious. You can comfortably seat 4 people in here and have plenty of room in the back to store stuff if you're road tripping or driving. The ride itself is comfortable. They've got a new 8-speed transmission that they've dialed in. You think about a couple of years ago, when you drove an 8-speed transmission, it was desperately trying to find the right gear to switch into, and it could never figure it out. Drove you crazy. If I didn't tell you this was an 8-speed transmission, you'd never know. It's seamless between the gears. 3 modes in this vision. We have the touring, we have the all-wheel drive, and then we have the sport mode. If you really want to experience all 310 horsepower, it goes without saying, put it in sport mode. It also throws it into all-wheel drive when it's doing that, and it'll get gone. But I don't know that I want to drive this car that way, so generally I'm not going to. I'm going to put it in touring mode and cruise. The detail work inside, Cadillac intentionally, I believe, kept this, I don't want to use the word sparse, they kept it open. It has a wonderful feel of just, it breathes. That was always my issue with an ATS-V. I'm 6'5", and when I got in an ATS, I felt like it was all on top of me. It was a tiny car. Yes, I know I'm a gorilla, so for a normal-sized person, that wouldn't be a problem. This, open, it breathes, I like it. There's one thing to note about the interior. The materials above the belt are amazing. It's beautiful. The leather, everything, the wood, all the aluminum, everything in this is first rate. You look below the belt, and Dan Neal from the Wall Street Journal is the one that pointed this out first. Not the same level. And I know it's down there and out of the way, but still, I would expect a little bit better. As far as noise inside, it could be a little bit quieter. And I know they've gotten rid of some weight in the car to make it lighter and more fuel efficient. You're getting about 21 combined. But they probably should have put some of the weight back in if it's necessary for more sound dampening. There are some rattles, and especially Michigan roads tend to bring out the worst in a vehicle. It's not significant, but if I was going to be honest, I would say you need to do a little bit better with this going forward. That being said, there's really not much wrong with this. The looks on the XT5 are just fantastic. I like the clean lines. I've loved the new front end that Cadillac's done. The LED lights are great. It's a cool car. It is. I even like that. And I'm not a big fan of these old skylights because I think they're noisy. This one, not so much. I've had it open the whole time. Can't you tell by my flowing hair? Anyway, check out all the details on the XT5. If you're looking at a luxury crossover and you don't drive one of these, you're not really looking. And if you want to follow me on Twitter at Jim in the D, you can also see more reviews, WCSX.com, in the garage. Oh, by the way, this is the first car that's been released with an auto stop feature that does not give you the ability to turn it off. Some people don't like that. You do know this is going to come, right? In the next couple of years, you're not going to have an option. Your cars, if they're new, will have the auto stop feature. And I'll admit, I'm one of those people that lets the car roll forward just a little bit to make the motor run. Yeah, I'm a dork. Have a great week.